Hey guys, how are you? Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. I'm here to do a quick update. I'm sure you guys have heard, maybe you have not. But our good sis Kiki Palmer is in some distress, guys. Last night, there was some news reporting kind of late. Let's see. I am Azogi. Give me a thumbs up if I said it correct. Izoji. Hi, Desi. How are you? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hey, Lex. What's going on? Hey, everybody. How are you? Um, so I'm just gonna go through like just we know what was going on with Kiki some months ago. There was a celebration. Sis went to Las Vegas and her boyfriend, baby father, lost his mind because Usher paid her a little extra attention, which really we all know if you go to Vegas and get the right seats at the Usher show, I'm going to just be honest, everybody's getting that attention, okay? I mean, not to say that Kiki's not special because we know that she is. We're all special. But if you sit in those extra special seats at the Usher show, you will get the special treatment, okay? Sir lost his mind, okay? We're going to just go to Twitter, okay? Sir lost his mind and was feeling some type of way. Let me get this set up the right way. Okay. Sir lost his mind and felt some type of way about his beautiful girlfriend who he does not own, but maybe thinks he does. I'm not really sure, but sis is dealing with a guy who clearly has issues, and it's unfortunate. She's a very beautiful woman. Kiki is, I remember going to see Aquila and the Bee. I don't even know how long ago that was, but it was a long time ago. Um, she's a child star who is now grown up to be a full grown woman. And she got into a relationship about 2.5 years ago with this guy right here, Darius Jackson, who is not the best guy. He's just not. Twitter is a mess, so we have to ignore some of Twitter, but cuz you're going to see some things. But yeah, this is basically what's happened. And these two have fallen all the way out. They've broken up completely, and Kiki wants it to be over. This guy is on some dangerous type bugaboo stuff. Hey, pineapples. Hey, boo boo. Hey to everyone. Let's see. I said let me see. Did I get it right? Okay. I am Izoji, Desi Love, and I did get it right. Okay, thank you, Lex. T Bam, Erica, what's going on? Mastermind SVJ Blake, Pineapples, and Dion. What's good? Okay, happy Friday, everyone. Let's just get into it. We're just gonna go through a little bit of Twitter. Twitter has pretty much what we need. If you do want some more details, I'm going to recommend go check out Pam. Pam did a live last night and today. She's got the actual court document and she went through it last night at length, along with some additional information this morning. Obviously, it's in the papers, it's online. And they are talking about it in a more it's a little bit more consolidated, cleaned up, less, still trigger warnings if you're sensitive to issues of domestic violence and life. This type of situation that happens in real life all day every day, then I'm just going to give you your trigger warning now. Darius has not been a good dude. He's alleged to have been pretty much what we would call a bad guy. Okay. He has been abusive to his girlfriend slash baby mother and his son. According to Kiki Palmer, she has alleged that basically throughout the relationship, he has been both physically and mentally abusive to her and her small child. And it's been tough. and she's endured a lot and she's just ready for it to be over. I think she met this guy and she enjoyed him in good faith, and unfortunately it's just she might just be too much for him. You know what I mean? There's just some guys out here who think they can handle a lot, but when they are blessed they have a hard time holding on to it. He cannot hold on to this situation is just too much for him. He's got a beautiful woman who's highly successful, more successful than him, and he's got a problem with it. He's got a real problem. And sis went to law enforcement, and she had to file a report. She's feels scared, and she's afraid for her life, and that's serious. And there's a lot of women going through this. And, I certainly appreciate Kiki allowing this to get out. I don't know if she had a choice. But I do, it's funny because if you look on Twitter, it's like people are showing their support for Kiki by kind of like the memes, like, okay, we're looking, Darius gonna get Darius gonna get it. I mean, people are showing their support all over. She's trending for many different reasons. People love her, but people hate to hear about this type of thing going on, right? In general, it doesn't matter who it is. We don't really want to hear about this kind of stuff happening because at the end of the day, um, it's awful for relationships to break up, but relationships that don't need to be, it's just best to let them go, right? Hey, HBB. Hey, Makeup Beauty Forever. Okay, so Kiki filed a restraining order. And all you have to do is go to Twitter. Everything is here. But Darius and his brother are very strange. They said, okay, so here's some of the pictures. We'll get back to that. It's pretty crazy. She does have security cameras in her home, like a lot of us. So she did post some of the stills with the um with the photos. Well, she posted the stills along with the video. Um, for her police report. Sis came ready. You know what I'm saying? She came ready. Okay, let's get over here real quick and listen. Okay, this is Sharonis Jackson. We'll just just eyeball this for a second, and then we're gonna go over to Kiki's mom. Kiki's mom had a statement. Sharonis is over here posting stuff, and Miss Ma'am was like, "Oh hell to the no." Okay, Sharon Palmer is like,
Look, I've never done anything like this. I've been in this business for 22 years. I've seen a lot of stuff, but I can't help myself. For Sharonis Jackson to post on his Twitter uh, uh the ridiculous stuff that he's posted when he knew his brother was abusive. I went to Sharonis over a year ago and told him that his brother was abusive to my daughter, and he said, well, I used to be like that too. What? So now he's posting on Twitter like he's this special guy when we know he's the biggest fuck boy in Hollywood. He's disrespectful to women, just like his little brother. He taught his brother how to be abusive. So he don't get to act like he's this special guy. No, you're a fuck boy and you're a part of the problem. Look, I've never done anything like this. I've been in this business for 22 years. I've seen a lot of stuff, but I can't help myself. For Sharonis Jackson to post on his Twitter uh, uh the ridiculous stuff that he's posted when he knew his brother was abusive. I went to Sharonis over a year ago and told him.
so are his parents dead or something? Because why did Miss Sharon need to go to Sharonis Jackson? So you went, look, she went to the older brother of Darius, I guess, to talk to him, to maybe ask him, big brother to big brother, I'm assuming, can you please help this situation because your brother is being abusive to my daughter? Where the parents are, not that that makes a difference. Darius is a grown man, but at the end of the day, why Sharonis? I don't know. Maybe for that reason, man to man, just to have a chat with him, talk to him, beseech him, whatever. But but on top of that, furthermore, as the mother slash momager, I cannot imagine what position this lady had to be in as, as momager, and having to sit back and know that there is something going on. Obviously, Kiki has this in her home security system. I'm imagining mom has full access to everything and can see what the hell's going on. And I cannot imagine my daughter, you know what I mean? Like when you're working for someone, it makes a difference when it's like, mom, back up. And it's like, is it mom back up because I'm mom, or mom back up because I'm momager? Like mom back, like I can't separate mom from momager. Like sir is going to have to go. Like you're not going to be turning my daughter into a punching bag and abusing my child in front of my grandchild. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? And it's not mom's fault in the least. She did what she thought was the best thing to do at the time. And maybe Kiki was like, look, mom, mind your business. Mom, this is my relationship. Mom, I love him. Mom, whatever. Mom, all of that. And I get it. That's just a tough place to be. And I definitely, I hate this for this family, but I'm so happy that Kiki is alive and well. She's filed the necessary paperwork, and sir is going to be dealt with. I'm assuming he's going to have to face for some domestic violence charges. So, this is a bad situation. I just cannot imagine. But Sharonis did not care. If you're just coming in, it's a terrible place to be in, right? I mean, what a blessing to have your mother be your manager at the end of the day. But when mom has to witness you and kind of co-sign, like, you know what I'm saying? Most of us have the luxury of screwing up in our relationships behind our parents' back. Let's just be real. I'm sure most of you, it's safe to say, have not drug the intimate details of your relationship ups and downs and sideways and backwards and whatever to your parents. But when mom works for you and she's there, I did just there was an interview that we reacted to some months ago where Darius and mom and Kiki were all talking, and they were talking about the relationship between like mom and momager and Kiki. And it's very interesting. I put it in a playlist. This will go in the playlist too, but go check that out because it was very interesting when she was talking about how she knew it was love with Kiki and Darius. Um some of these guys are charmers. Some of the most abusive men, or some of the most potentially abusive to your loved one, can be the ones that we find most charming. So I don't even want to say men. It can be women too. Look at Jodi Arias. Her name comes up a lot. Jodi Arias was so into her boyfriend, and I hate to say his name is escaping me. It's sad that we know her name. Um, her name is easier for me to grasp to than her victim, who she ended up killing. But yeah, this was something that needed to end. But let's listen to mom one more time because it looks like 50 of you just came in. So this is mom. This is Kiki's mom, Sharon. And she went live and put up basically Sharonis was Travis Alexander. Thank you, sis. Yes, she was so, and I don't know what was up with Travis's family, but it was one of those where he was grown, and they had a very solid friend group, and the friend group was more in the know of what was going on than maybe the family was, because of course you're not going to always tell your family that your girlfriend's kooky or your boyfriend's weird or he's doing this or that and this, that, and the other thing. And I don't know. It's just very bad. But again, like I said, thank God Kiki made her decision to put things in writing and put the necessary um, alerts out. So it's not even just the intimate folks know, everybody knows that Darius is a danger and he meant no good. That this went this went sour, and Kiki is in distress. And, I mean, I think that she did a very courageous thing. Let's listen to Miss Sharon again, and then we'll just scroll through Twitter real quick. If you hadn't seen some of these pictures, I'm just giving you a trigger warning now. Um, Clearly, it's not a good thing, but if you have security systems in your home, and this is a situation, even if you don't have that type of situation, I guess she felt the need to have 24-hour surveillance in her house to be able to take either stills or video, to have it accessible when needed. And thank goodness, because the pictures don't lie. You know what I mean? Thankfully, it didn't have to be his word against her word. It's the pictures, right?
Look, I've never done anything like this. I've been in this business for 22 years. I've seen a lot of stuff, but I can't help myself. For Sharonis Jackson to post on his Twitter uh, the ridiculous stuff that he's posting when he knew his brother was abusive. I went to Sharonis over a year ago and told him that his brother was abusive to my daughter. And he said, well, I used to be like that too. What? So now he's posting on Twitter like he's this special guy when we know he's the biggest fuck boy in Hollywood. He's disrespectful to women, just like his little brother. He taught his brother how to be abusive. So he don't get to act like he's this special guy. No, you're a fuck boy and you're a part of the problem. Look, I've never done.
Okay. Um, Okay, guys, let me pivot for just a second. Give me, girl, I was getting ready to close the door to this room. Okay, let's pivot. Let me show you what Sharonis
Done
Jackson
anything like this.
posted. She is upset. This is what Sharonis posted. Just a sec. Here we go. All right. So Sharonis Jackson posted the most disgusting, vile, abusive, manipulative person I have ever encountered in my entire life. Abuses almost everyone. Y'all will see. Just send positive energy to the babies. Any child in the middle of something like this does not deserve it at all. Wow. So damn sad. So I guess he's trying to flip it on Kiki. I'm assuming, because I don't think he's talking about his brother. Girl, that's so clearly that sent Sharon in a state. Now, I'm just going to warn you guys, if you have not seen these pictures, and there are a little hard to make out, but you can see that obviously that's Darius there, Kiki on the couch there. We're just going to scroll through this really quick, but thank God that she had these pictures, because this is easy enough to share, and made it, you know, a hard task easier by being able to share these visual images of him manhandling her, roughing her up, and I'm sure the videos obviously were even more, but that's what was in the um in the complaint, so that and the videos would be played in court. So just on that alone really did help the situation in her obtaining the orders that she needed to protect herself and her son. And I believe it has been put into effect for 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. So this is what's going on. And I think Leotis is roughly about 8-9 months now. And she says that he's been abusive not only to her but to him, and he's said weird things about loving the baby mother through the child, and her now feeling that he doesn't like her, he hates her, maybe even is making her feel a way towards him having any type of interaction with the baby. And so she has been awarded full physical custody as well. I don't know if he's not going to be able to see his child at
Back and
all,
forth with
but it's
Darius
going
and
to
Kiki Palmer
be. So
publicly
here's what was
online,
said on
following
the
all the
Breakfast
ushers.
Club
And
this
Kiki
morning.
Palmer has filed for a restraining order against her son's father, Darius Jackson. She filed for sole legal and physical custody of their 8-month-old son. You guys remember that there was a whole back and forth with Darius and Kiki Palmer publicly online, following all the Usher stuff. So in the domestic violence restraining order that she filed, she said that Darius has trespassed into her home without her knowledge or consent. He has threatened her. He physically attacked her. He lunged for her neck. He struck her. He threw her over the couch, stole her phone when she told him that she was going to call the police. There's another part of the filing where she makes sure that she outlines that the abuse, as I mentioned earlier, wasn't just physical, but it was also emotional as well too. Now, I do want to point out that after all these filings became public through various media outlets, there were also photos attached in the restraining order, which is common. People attach photos to kind of just, back up what they're saying to show urgency of the need of the restraining order. And in the photos, you do see Kiki Palmer and a man who she is saying is Darius Jackson. And there is physical things happening. Like you see her being pulled over the couch. You see his hand on her body. It's really tough to look at. I hate to have to again talk about this, but I will say that there have been times where Kiki Palmer spoke about certain things that have happened to her in her life. She's not speaking out directly here, and people didn't believe her. They laughed her out. So there's a different conversation right now just about Kiki Palmer and the fact that, I think that if these photos hadn't been attached to the restraining order, there would be maybe some pushback on what's happening here. And the pushback is already happening from Darius's family. His brother is going back and forth online with Kiki Palmer's mom right now, who also had to speak out on behalf of her daughter.
For Sharonis Jackson to post on his Twitter the ridiculous stuff that he's posted when he knew his brother was abusive. I went to Sharonis over a year ago and told him that his brother was abusive to my daughter. And he said, well, I used to be like that too. What?
So Kiki Palmer and her mom have a really close relationship. They were actually doing a podcast, Darius, Kiki Palmer's mom, and Kiki. So I say that to say it makes sense. Of course, it's her daughter that she would speak out, but she's normally out the way. Like I don't recall the time ever hearing from.
Mama means business. When mama call you F boy, that means it's some serious stuff.
And also, too, contrary to popular belief, it does not matter what the court of public opinion thinks in situations like this. The only thing that matters is what happens in a court of law. And I really wish we didn't have to see people's trauma play out over social media, because I know it's already tough to deal with these kind of situations, but all of the energy of social media has to make it worse.
I hate the fact that these what happens in court in all these documents, or people can pull it up in the public. I hate that, because if this is something private that they're dealing with at home, it'll never stay private, because anybody can access any of those paperworks that come from the court, which makes it a story, which makes it.
Okay, DJ MV, be quiet, sir, because low key, you got a whole situation going on and you don't want people. Look, at the end of the day, the more people that know a situation, as in, like, yes, it's embarrassing and maybe there's some things you don't want to know, but the security of keeping a secret is kind of like the prison of being tormented by a fool. Okay. At the end of the day, keeping his secret to stay cute for the public is her being abused in her own home, him walking in like he owns the place, him talking like a fool in front of her kid. Look, at the end of the day, nobody's going to fault Kiki. The people who used to drag her, didn't believe her, the people who talk bad about her, all of the dating trauma that she went through before she even met Darius, and people thinking it was cute to drag her name, all the men who would gang up on Kiki's name and talk about, just kind of, she was a little bit of treated like a little bit of a joke, right? Prior to this dude Darius, this relationship was a steady relationship. He was into her. It seemed like they were very happy, but from what we understand now, she's basically saying behind the scenes, this was a very tough relationship. Homeboy was handling her in an abusive way. She was trying to make lemonade, all of these things. So, DJ MV number one needs to be quiet, because, sir, the paperwork's going to be public, period. And Kiki, at the end of the day, is being protected by law enforcement now. She has her protective order. And there's no need in keeping secrets if secrets are going to have you feeling like your life is threatened. I don't co-sign that at all. We need to, it takes a village, okay? And sometimes the village need to know the dirty secrets because believe it or not, right next door, the same dirty secret is going right on, and people need that encouragement to know that what somebody is reporting someone today on the fact that Kiki came forward and filled out her paperwork, dropped off her pictures, and said, you know what? No more. So I don't have a problem with that. People can talk whatever they want, but she is a mother. And maybe before she became a mother, she was just trying to deal with it. And unfortunately, people have warped ideas of what relationships are like. I don't know that that's anything that her mom went through, so I don't want to put that out there. But what I'm saying is, some women just feel like these men out here are so damn bad that you got to take the scraps of what's available. And Kiki does not. She really does not. It's a shame. It's unfortunate. Nothing she needs to be shamed of, but it's just shameful that unfortunately some of our women out here, young, old, everything, feel like this is the best that's out here, which is not the case. It's just not. There are decent, good guys out here. Um, you know, and that's not even what she's looking for at this moment. So we're not even gonna park on that too much. But yes, Sharonis is a fool. Sharonis is going back and forth with a whole grown woman named Mrs. Sharon Palmer. Um, Here is let me see, am I on trending? And welcome to everyone coming in. I think I saw you, Flo. I saw you, sis. I see Racist Be Gone, Renaissance. I see all you guys. Thank you for coming in. Hey, Darla. Hey, Boo Boo. Me, MI88. I see you. I see you. Ro- Rob Pro, Rob Profective. Wait, Rob Profective. In all the times I've seen your name in the chat, I don't know if I've ever said it correct. Miss HLS, I see you. Life of Leisure, Jay Breezy, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Concealed carries, things like that. I agree, but that's the last resort. Um, I think she did the right thing. I'm so glad she has proof too, right? Um, so let me see. So we played Kiki's moms. We saw girl, Sharonis. Girl, that name, Sharonis. Let me see if I can find Darius. Did Darius take his social media down again? I'm not sure. Let me see. Darius may have. Let me see if I can find him. He may have taken it down again. Is that him? I don't think so. I think it was D Dalton or something. That's his. Let me find him. He may have taken his down again. I'm sure we're going to find it in the thread. Let's just keep going. He ought to be ashamed of himself. He's trash, man. He really is. He is like the trashiest. Like, your secret's out, sir. It's just done. And I think also at this point, like she said, she just wants it done for good. She just wants it done for good. She's done with these people. And the mother is like, she's done. Poor Kiki. I feel so bad for her, but she's going to be good. She has a lot of people. Look at this hashtag protect black women. Protect black women, protect women. Like, at the end of the day, it's bad. Can y'all believe it's almost been a whole year since we've been handing out the keys to the culture? Okay, forget that. Okay. Visual evidence submitted with Keke Palmer's restraining order shows images of Darius Jackson's alleged abuse on Baller Alert. Okay, so they're probably showing the pictures again. We've seen that. Girl, Twitter is acting up. Okay. Well, X. Okay, look at this. Okay. They are acting up. All right, let's do this. Um, I don't know if all of you have heard the details. All right, let me pull this up on Daily Mail. Just a second. I just can't stand pulling up Daily Mail's page. It's like so full of everything. It's like going to the damn flea market of newspapers online. So this is one of the articles. Kiki Palmer's ex Darius Jackson's shares first response after he files a restraining order. Let me just cut to the chase real quick. He posted a bunch of pictures and was like, "I'll see you real soon" to his son, right? So this is Kiki Palmer's ex-boyfriend Darius Jackson has spoken out after she filed. Kiki Palmer's ex-boyfriend Darius Jackson has excuse me. Um, gosh, let me get a sip of something. So, okay, Kiki Palmer's ex boyfriend, Darius Jackson, has spoken out after she filed for a restraining order against him. In her filing, the 30-year-old Nope star accused her ex of infliction physical and emotional abuse on her. Palmer is also seeking full custody of their 8-month-old son, Leotis. Along with her filing, she also shared shocking images from security camera footage that appeared to show Jackson physically assaulting her in her home. I think they said their home, but he was no longer living there. It's her house, but he was, he had a key. In a post shared to X, formerly known as Twitter, on Thursday, Jackson posted a photo of himself holding Leotis in his arms while standing outside at night. Despite his ex's dramatic new filing, Jackson opted not to respond to her restraining order filing or her request for custody. Can you guys see? Okay. He says, "I love you, son. See you soon." What a fucking weirdo. Okay. Let me see if I can pull up his ex file. Okay. It's D Volton. He probably hit his profile again because that's what he does. He's a weirdo. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's go back here for a second. So 17 hours ago, this is what he posted after Kiki's restraining order dropped. Poor Leotis, okay? And nothing else. He's not active. I mean, he's a football head type guy. So now, does he have a YouTube page? Uh, hold on. He is trash. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Sir has a YouTube. Okay.
What is going on, everybody? Darius once again back on here with another video. I'm in my car making a car video talking about the birds. I haven't done this in years, honestly, but it's been busy times for me, as a matter of fact, and I want this video as we prepare for our Kelly Green Jersey game Sunday Night Football against the Miami Dolphins, just to really prepare myself for this season. Now that we're about a third of the season is underway, the Eagles are sitting at 5-1, and I just want to catch up with the Philadelphia Eagles with you guys and just pretty much give you guys my overall thoughts. Now, first and foremost, I do apologize for not being on here for like the last 3 weeks. I will say this: week 4 and 5, I was at the Eagles game. I was at the game against Washington, the Commanders, that overtime
I
thrilling
wonder
game,
what like
and
his
I was also
actual
at the
job
LA Rams
is.
game. So I did catch the last 2 games prior to the Jets game, and I was this close of going to New York to watch the Jets game. Thank God I did it.
Now, his brother, I think his brother plays football, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if his brother is an Eagle or not. I'm going to be honest. I don't know anything about these dudes. All I know is that he is the father of Leotis, and that's all I know. This is his YouTube page. I'm about to fall asleep. I mean, I don't think he's just talking about sports. Clearly, he's not consistent, so we don't really care. Um, I just pulled it up. But let's get back to the story. But yes, Sir has a YouTube page that's not really popping. It had he put up a post last week. Yeah, guys. Girl, I wish I had my trumpet. He has 393 votes. Okay. Sir is not popping. Okay. The only thing that he had that was popping was a lady who was in love with him that he squandered away by the name of Kiki Palmer. So maybe he's gonna need to pick up his face and start doing something because sis is gone. I don't know what this man does for money, but it's clearly not YouTube. Okay. Give me just a second so I can finish reading this article. And then I'll get back to your questions. So you guys talk to each other, okay? Okay, so let's see, where was I? The Jackson physically assaulting her in their home, which I think is her home. In a post on X, on Thursday, Jackson posted a photo of himself holding Leotis in his arms and standing outside at night, despite his ex's dramatic filing. Jackson opted not to respond to her restraining order filing or her request for custody. There we go. Okay. I love you. See you soon. He simply captioned the photo, addressing it to Leotis. Though, let me see if I can. Okay, let's do this because it's like the landscape is so freaking distracting. Though Palmer is requesting full custody and physical custody, let me move this. Yo, it's just the ins and outs of getting everything. Okay. Though Palmer is requesting full legal and physical custody of their 8-month-old son, Leotis, she wishes to grant Jackson visitation rights according to the blast. While awaiting an order on her request, Palmer filed disturbing security camera footage that appeared to show Jackson manhandling her. Stills from the footage showed him apparently grabbing at her as they stood by the stairs in their home, while others still show him appearing to push her over the back of the couch while hitting her. In court filings, Palmer said that Jackson body slammed her onto the stairs by my neck. The incident stemmed from Palmer showing Jackson a photo of her workout results at a friend's party, sending him into a rage, the Star alleges. Palmer, okay, so in the like I said, if you go over to the Law Intellect, Pam, she has the actual documents and goes through them last night. What I'm going to say is this. She says that they've been apart since October. So look, I'm just going to say this. So she's been working out. She's proud of herself. She may just be like, look how good I'm doing. I'm still getting my pounds down. I'm sorry. And I know, look, everybody deals with things in a certain way, but at the end of the day, you got to keep things 100% business. She doesn't, she's not in control of his actions, but sir, there's just some things that are, someone who you are not going to be intimate with doesn't deserve to see. And unfortunately, people who don't fuck with you, and I'm for lack of, someone who is not in the right mind to deal with you as a responsible, mature man, I wouldn't show him I wouldn't show him any results. Forget about the positive results of my working out and my health journey and me getting my body right. Like at the end of the day, Kiki seems like a carefree person and maybe she didn't think anything of it. He is a personal trainer. So it is what it is, but he went into a rage and maybe he's just that type of fool that he was activated by seeing her body because he's no longer privileged to it. That's not Kiki's fault. That's his fault because Sir doesn't have the necessary tools to deal with a woman the right way. Okay. So it's unfortunate that something as a physical, as a trainer, this man doesn't have the ability to be able to see his baby mom be in good health and for her to be proud of her results and for her to share her results and for him to not flip the fuck out. But that's all she was doing was showing him the results of her, her progress. And he can't even be happy for her. They're out at a social event and he flips out. So how he took that, we don't know because we're not in his head. But at the end of the day, it was something very innocent. And she did depict some other situations when they had gone out of town for a weekend. I think they're going to talk about that in this article where he flips out. They took two cars to go to Santa Barbara. And he did some other crazy shit. I think it's going to be in like this next article. So I'm going to just keep reading, but I feel so bad for Kiki, but I know her mom must be so grateful that her daughter is safe now and he's been exposed and he needs to stay away from the home and all of these things. I think they did opt in for him to take some sort of 1 year class on parenting and anger management type thing. I'm not sure. Let's keep reading. Um Hey, Kay Charisse, how are you? Hey, everyone coming in, Candy, India, everyone. I see all of you guys. So let's keep reading. The stills from the footage showed him apparently grabbing at her as they stood by the stairs in the home, while the stills show him appearing to push her over the back of the couch while hitting her. In court filings, Palmer said that Jackson body slammed her into the stairs by her neck. The incident stemmed from Palmer showing Jackson a photo of her workout results at a friend's party, sending him into a rage, the star alleges. Palmer accused Jackson of abusing her as recently as November 5th, stating that she has security footage to back up her claims that he trespassed into her home without my knowledge or consent and threatened her before lunging for her neck and striking me, throwing me over the couch, and stealing my phone. Radar Online now reports that Palmer has been granted a temporary restraining order requiring him to stay 100 yards away from her and Leotis. She was also granted full custody for the time being. Palmer will have the option to request a permanent order in a hearing scheduled for December 5th. Mail Online has reached out to Palmer's representative for comment on the story. Who's her representative? Her mother, Sharon. Sharon is her momager. In the judge's order, Jackson has given 24 hours to turn over all weapons in his possession. After Palmer claimed he threatened to kill herself with a gun, after Palmer claimed he had threatened to kill himself, with a gun during their relationship. Sir needs help. In the restraining order request, which she filed in Los Angeles on Thursday, it was noted that the relationship, which began in 2021, finally ended for good earlier last month, primarily due to the physical and emotional abuse inflicted. Blast also reported that Palmer alleged there have been many instances of physical violence with Jackson, including him hitting her in front of her son. Other incidences listed by Keke reportedly involved him destroying personal property, including diaries and prescription eyeglasses, as well as throwing Kiki's belongings in the street. So, real quick on that. Number one, the diaries. She alleged in her complaint that he has made it like a thing to destroy things that mean something to her. She's been keeping diaries since she was 12 years old. Not only did he read her private personal diaries, but he destroyed them. Okay. And then another situation where I mentioned before, they'd gone on a weekend, kind of like a staycation to Santa Barbara, and they were out to dinner, and he accused her of flirting with a woman, and she said she was not. And even though she tried to calm him down, even though she tried to like not, just kind of not feed into everything, basically he wanted to leave. He wanted to leave and he wanted to head back to Los Angeles. To me, it just sounds like he picked a fight on purpose and was trying to be funny. And you know how one of those how men can, or just people, when they've got something else to do, somewhere else to be, something else they want to do, they'll pick a fight. That's what that sounded like to me. I don't know if that's the case, but it just seemed weird. They were out having a nice evening. All of a sudden, he picks a random crazy fight. and they're into it. They leave the restaurant, they go back to the hotel, and they pack up to leave. And as they're getting ready to go, he takes her prescription glasses that she needs to drive and breaks them. Okay. Then he takes her keys and throws them off to the bushes. So not only can she not see, then she has to go find her damn keys, and then he dumps her bag out. He once again is noted to run back to his car, and just like when he took her phone, he ran out the house. He dumps out her bag, runs, gets in his car, and takes off and leaves her. He's an ass, okay? Um so those are the two, but go watch. I'll leave a link in the description or in the first pin comment to Pam's video. If you don't know what channel I'm talking about, Pam is a attorney out here on these YouTubes. She's an attorney in real life, and she does commentary on these YouTube streets. Let me get it correct. And Pam did a really good breakdown last night. I saw most of her live today, not all of it. And she was talking about this situation. So definitely go catch her. I will leave a link to the video from last night in the first pin comment. Okay. She claimed that on September 26th, am I missing a part? She claimed that on September 26th, Darius left very frustrated with him and Leo after crying while Darius changed his diaper. She claims that on September 26th, Darius became very frustrated with him when Leo was crying while Darius changed his diaper. She explained that her former partner started getting rough with Leo physically, and I stepped in to make sure Darius would not hurt him. She continued, Darius was angry and it almost became a tug of war with Leo. Darius finally let go and Leo was not harmed. But as I was holding Leo, trying to confront him and finish changing the diaper, Darius hit me in the head before storming out of the room. So this video right here, I think this is the one I did react to this. If you go to my Kiki Palmer playlist, we reacted to this video. It looks like there's about a 1 minute clip here, so let's listen. Let's see if it plays. Is this a live link? Let's see. Okay. It's like, okay, any day now. All right, let me see what some of you guys are saying while we're waiting for it to connect. All right. Let me do this while it's loading. Okay. It's still loading. Just give it a second, guys. Okay.
How did you feel when we first were like, okay, we're gonna be a little bit public about a relationship?
Yeah. At first, it definitely was hard because it could all be very overwhelming. It was definitely overwhelming and intense.
I don't even know how she got into this guy.
At first, and
It was.
and it's like you almost feel that pressure of needing to just be perfect, and so it really confused me and infiltrated my mind, because not only I had to hold myself to that perfect standard, I was also holding you to a perfect standard as well. So any moment of flaw on my side or on your side, it was World War III, because it's like, man, you know, we're not
the
perfect.
world sees us.
Exactly.
I'm glad he's saying that.
It's a lot of pressure, because this is the thing. We are very proud, and there are things that we want to share. Our
Girl. You see Sharon over there? I don't know if you guys have ever watched this before, but it's actually pretty good. I don't know what's going
public
on.
persona, brands, whatever, with one another, but at the same time, we do want to be able to maintain the privacy of our relationship.
Mhm. Okay. We did
Ship.
react to this before. I'm going to just pull this back cuz I don't know what's going on, but you guys can I'll drop the link to this article if you guys want to go back and watch this. Um let me get out of this. Hold on a second. It seems like it's going someplace else. Let me get this pulled back up so we can finish reading. Um okay. All right, this is all right, guys. Let me clear this deck a little bit. Okay. Okay. Daily. I think this is where I was. I think this is where we were. Oh, we were on his response. Okay. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let's get into some of these comments and then we'll finish up because I'm sorry. It looks like it's about all hell's about to break loose here. It's getting ready to storm. That could be one of the problems. I'm even looking like what's going on with my internet. Okay. Let's see. He also seemed well read, well traveled. I'm surprised there was an attraction there on her part. He also seemed I don't know what I look, they're young. I mean, I mean, they're not babies, but I think he found her at a time. It's been a little bit over 2 years. She just turned 30. So let's just say maybe she was 20, like 27, getting ready to be 29, 28 when she met him. So he met her at a, getting out of her girl phase, her 20 young into her 20, you know, into her I'm 20 grown phase. And 30. I'm so happy for her that she's walking away. Girl, I haven't had too many problems with StreamYard. They put me in so speaking of StreamYard, they invited me to kind of like a tell us what you think kind of session, like one day. I think it's like in 2 weeks or something. I'm not sure. It's on my calendar, but I'm going to give them a piece of my mind. Ladies, always document everything. When my sister tried to get a restraining order, the police asked if she had filed any reports for DV in the past. They refused her because it was he said, she said. Yep, it gets really crazy. Um, and I'm gonna just like I'm gonna just say it. Like there was a recent situation in Atlanta, and I'm sure it's not just the only one. You don't want to have to be standing trial, and it's on some he said, she said, or anything. Like, just it's so dangerous. My prayers are for anybody who's in that type of situation, because I do watch a lot of like law and crime and true crime and things like that. And you don't want to be in a situation where you're relying on 12 people, whether you get to be free or not. Like the first sign that things are going bad, it's not going to get better. You got to walk away. Um, you can't trust that someone's not going to snap. Kiki is really lucky to be alive, and I'm sure her mom is very happy that she's walking away for good. Didn't it come out that he was cheating on one time? He's been out of order completely. TW, sir has been completely out of order. That's just another sign of the disrespect. He may not even be wanting to cheat just out of some cheating. There's sometimes you have to realize you're sleeping with the enemy. Sometimes people just don't like you, even though he's in her face. She's a beautiful, sexy woman who has money. She's doing well in her career. He has gotten, even though it's a bad come up, people know his name now because like his brother has a name, Sharonis. and isn't it maybe his brother's an actor? I'm not sure. His brother does something that he doesn't do, right? He's kind of a assistant, right? And he's come up. This is just another come up, right? Another dude who has came up and off someone, right? Her mom over there clapping. Yes, okay. He also seemed well read. I'm surprised the attractions there on her. I don't know what type of men she likes. I think she was hoping to find someone who was into her and that she could be into. And, it's yeah. Look, she's got her baby, but now she's gonna have to deal with this man. Brother is an actor. The brother's an actor. Okay, so brother's an actor, and I think they met at some sort of a rap party or something, some sort of a party that they met after the rap of Insecure when it was over. They met at the party, and yeah, that's how things popped off between those two. Okay, let's get back to what we were reading and then we'll read this next one and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Okay. Um, Let me see. It's like I wonder if I should switch internet. Which one am I on? Hold on. Let me just check and see what I'm on. Because I feel like it's like lagging. Oh, let me switch to this one. If I get knocked out the studio, I'll be right back. Let me. Hopefully, you guys can still hear me. Okay. All right, I just switched to a different internet. We have we have to keep two internet providers on deck. Okay, I feel like this one might be better. Okay. So, let's get back into it. And I'm also going to say this damn Daily Mail has so much going on the page. It's crazy. Like they're running so much to have one of these pages open. It's nuts. It's bananas. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see. So we played that. Here's the cute little baby. I'm sorry. He's a and maybe he trains professional ball players. I don't know. So maybe he does make money, but I don't know. He's not doing what she's doing. I'll say that. Okay. Along with her filing, she also included screenshots of what appears to be security footage featuring a man striking a woman over a sofa. Kiki also shared the incident of emotional abuse, writing, "If we were at a party or event and I spoke with a person too long or looked at someone in a certain way, he would storm off in a rage, telling me that I was it was a slut and a whore, accused me of cheating on him and that I did not love him." Kiki revealed that it was the birth of their son that helped me make the decision to end the relationship. "It is because of our son Leo that I was finally able to end the relationship with Darius once and for all to escape the abuse. Leo is the most important thing in the entire world to me. He needs and deserves to be safe and grow up in an environment free of violence," she wrote. Kiki and Darius's relationship hit a rough patch when he went viral for tweeting his disapproval of a tight sheer thong bodysuit dress she wore to attend Usher's Las Vegas residency in July. At the time, he wrote online, "This outfit though, you a mom." When fans came to Palmer's defense, Jackson doubled down as he fired off a second tweet defending himself. "We live in a generation where men of a family doesn't want his wife or mother of his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others and that he gets mommy mommy's okay, and he gets told how much of a hater he is," he said. "This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case," he added. Meanwhile, the Nope actress did not address the situation explicitly and but appeared appeared on Instagram to share outtakes from an evening and tell friends she wished she had taken more pictures. Look, this is the deal. When he wrote that thing talking about his wife and his family, people have to understand she's not a wife till she's a wife. You didn't fill out any legal paperwork. The only thing legal paperwork that you have between the two of you is that birth certificate with your name on it, if you put your name on it, which I would imagine you did. At the end of the day, that's not your wife. Okay. And thank God she's not his wife, because then she doesn't have to deal with having to split her hard earned money. This girl has been working since she was a child. This girl has earned every single penny and has been acting, singing, dancing, learning, honing her craft, going to school, doing all these things for over 20 years. And she's just 30 years old. This chick has put in 25 years practically. Okay. He doesn't deserve to have a penny. Sis has been, sis has worked a lifetime already, and she's only 30 years old. So thank God she never married this dude. And at the end of the day, the baby is a blessing, but it's also a warning to some of you guys. It is not peaches and cream having a baby with a man that you don't know. She didn't know him very long. They fell in love. She decided to go ahead and have the man's baby. She did, she did what she thought was the right thing for her to do. And that it is what it is. And she has her son, and that's a good thing. It's beautiful to be a mother. And like she said, that Leo has given her encouragement and energy. And, his life was meant to be. And through that, she has drawn her strength to walk away from this type of a relationship. She's 30 years old now. She's more mature, all of these things. She's not going to stand for this type of relationship. And I'm very happy for her. But at the end of the day, this guy is with the bullshit, and it needs to be over. Usher later commented on the post, writing, "Big boss, thank you for coming." Following the incident, the pair unfollowed each other on Instagram, but they later celebrated Palmer's birthday together in August, of which she is a Virgo. Okay. In an episode of her podcast, Baby, This is Kiki Palmer, that was recorded before the drama, Darius admitted to having high standards for his romantic partners. In the clip shared 1 week after the couple made headlines, Palmer asked Jackson how he felt when they decided to go public with their romance. The fitness instructor revealed he felt pressure to be perfect and confessed holding Kiki to the same standard of perfection. "You almost feel that pressure is of needing to be perfect," Jackson answered. "And also it really confused me and in infiltrated my mind, because not only did I have to hold myself to a perfect standard, I was also holding you to a perfect standard." Bullshit. Okay. Although fans have speculated that Kiki and Darius may have broken up either before or immediately thereafter the wardrobe drama, neither party has confirmed their current relationship status. There goes Kiki with them cheeks out. That set Darius was PO'd. Okay. In August, Jackson posted a short video clip of Palmer snuggling with their son on social media. "Happy birthday to a one of a kind being. Hoping your 30s bring you many joys and triumphs." He wrote it, "Triumph over you," I'm going to add. When Kiki stopped by the Today Show in September, Hoda Kotb and Jenna Bush Hager pressed her about her relationship. I'm not going, I'm going to take a page out of my girl Beyonce's book, mind y'all's business. Okay. Palmer's so funny. Love her. Anyway, let's go to this one real quick. Well, there's Kiki doing her little thing. I'm sure Darius lost his shit. Okay. Darius was not happy with Usher Raymond. Okay. But that's not his. I mean, look, she's a baddie and you are not, sir. And I would suggest, while he just, no one, I mean, I'm sure someone's going to pick up the scraps. That's just the way it goes. Someone's going to try to dust him off, and, someone's going to try to dust off this Dusty. Okay. Let's see if there's anything. The horrifying moments when Keke Palmer, was beaten by her ex-partner and father of her child, Darius Jackson, was captured by video in the star's home security system, according to court documents obtained by dailymail.com. In addition to seeking sole custody of the couple's 8-month-old child, guys, pardon my dog in the background. Sis is vocal at the moment. In addition to seeking sole custody of the couple's 8-month-old child, Palmer 30, who is looking for a restraining order against Jackson. The stills from the security camera appeared to show Jackson manhandling the former Nickelodeon star and hitting her while she leaned over the couch. In court filings, Palmer said that Jackson body slammed her. The incident stemmed from Palmer showing. So we read all this already, kind of. All right. Those things are loading. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. In the restraining order request, which was filed in Los Angeles Thursday, it was noted that the relationship, which began in 2021, finally ended for good. Okay, so we read most of this. The other one was a follow-up. I don't know if this is, let me just make sure this is not the same that we just read. Basically, it's the same article. So we can just stop right here. I mean, we know the crux of the story. And like I said, I will share, if you're not familiar with Pam, the law intellect, she went through the filing. So if you're curious about it, you can hear the whole entire thing. The whole, the whole entire, let's see, Kiki Palmer files. This is the one with her mom's answer to Sharonis, which we also listened to that earlier. So we saw that on Twitter. Let's see. And I also, if you saw my live this morning, I played it. Why we only got the reality check after the baby is born. I don't know. It's look, I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's see. Did she say anything else? Let's see. I'm not sure, sis. That's a hard question because we don't know that she only got the reality check after. She may have known what she needed to know, but didn't want to deal with it. Just to be honest. I mean, some people just hope, 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 hope it's going to get better. Then you get that pregnancy test and it's like, oh shit. I'm going to be honest. I'm probably not the best person to ask on this. Through my life, any red flag that I've ever gotten about anybody that I was dealing with that I did not like, I promise you it was over. Like I could never not be comfortable. And if somebody put me in an uncomfortable state, that's just not a place that I would be. You know what I mean? And I really can't even I can't even like, girl, this happened to me. I can't. I don't have it. You know what I mean? So I'm not really sure. I just know that it's probably got to be a very painful place to really be into someone and love someone or think you love someone and for them to not give a shit about you to the point where they're putting hands on you, they're handling you, they are hitting you. I cannot even imagine. It's got to be awful, you know? And I just can't. I mean, it's just so it's sad. But yeah, I just my policy. I think it's very risky to give a man who's not your husband a baby unless you really want a baby. Unless you are ready for that baby. Unless you are really ready for that baby on your own and I don't know. Look, it's a personal decision. I just think it's so much better if you're with someone who is committed to being in it with you and it's positive. But she look, the baby could be her biggest blessing, and maybe at the end of the day, if Kiki has been going through a tough time in terms of finding adequate partners and dealing with people who are going to deal with her in a respectful manner. And Leo has given her that energy to say, look, you can do it. We deserve this, that, and the third. You don't have to deal with this. And he's given her the energy to know that mom deserves so much better. You deserve so much better. Then that's a blessing. Maybe if she wasn't going to do it for her, she's doing it for her child and her little family, her and her son, you know what I mean? And her mother and the people that love her, her family, her blood, right? Um, Sir is not her blood, and they share a child, but he's, you know what I mean, he's not her husband or anything. So she is able to walk away. He probably still has to have a relationship with his father until maybe the court deems that she doesn't have to be bothered with him anymore if he's like truly mentally disturbed. Um Folks share things when they are ready. Hard to give timelines. Yeah, I can't even. I'm just going to be honest. I'm grateful I've never had to go through that, but I can understand that for people who have, it's got to be hard. It's hard enough to break up with someone you love who's not abusing you. But at the end of the day, that's not what love looks like. Somebody coming and terrorizing you, somebody who makes you feel unsafe in your home, somebody who is disrespectful and physical with you, somebody who makes you feel like your child is in danger. It's time to go, sis. Like for real, that's not love. So, and I'm sure her mom told her that, but I don't know anything about that dynamic, but it seems like her mom loves her very, very, very much. Um, but her mom clearly saw some things in the audio that she has with Sharonis when she's responding to Sharonis and saying, "A year ago, I came to you." So it's been 2 years, and a year ago, you already knew that Darius had a problem and mom was working with him. So I don't know, y'all. This is a bad situation, but we're going to keep our eye on it. We've been talking about this for a while since the Usher situation happened. Go back and watch those videos. I did react to that video a while ago when Darius and Kiki sat down to talk, and her mom is in the studio, and they're all talking about the relationship, etc. So it's in the playlist. I will share it. Get into it. And don't forget, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like this video. We will keep track on this because we love Kiki. Kiki's a Virgo. Kiki is a dynamic and vivacious, beautiful woman who is coming into her own and needs lots of support. And we're going to keep our eyes on this story to make sure that she gets that, right? So send her some love on her Instagram today and her social media because, we know Kiki is very involved in her social media. So make sure to show her some love today so that she knows that people are out here and sending her all, positivity, prayers, hearts, all the things. And so she can keep moving in a positive direction for her and Leo. Cause I'm sure, the weekend will be tough, right? Cause even though he's an ass, he's someone who she, was in relationship with, but she says it's been over now since the beginning of last month. So I would say it's been a month, and for her to file this restraining order, something must have, something happened this week, and she's now filed the papers. So yeah, for her as someone who's a journal writer, yes, absolutely. I mean, my gosh, I can go back to 3rd grade, guys. 3rd grade. Was that like 8 years old? 8, 9? Yeah, I can go back and read what 8-year-old me was thinking. You know what I mean? A big deal. It really is. To have those memories, and not even just the memories of things that happened, the memories of those thoughts. That's what's so crazy about a journal. When you're writing in it at that moment, you don't really think about it, but just think about having a time capsule of what you were thinking how you were feeling at a certain moment. Sometimes it's just a memory, but to have a written account of what you were thinking and feeling, and even what happened at a time, happy time, an event at school, met a friend, whatever. It's so special, these journals. I don't keep a journal anymore like I used to, but I used to be meticulous in journaling and writing in my diary and all of those things, up until probably my 20s into my 30s, and then I stopped. But any of you guys, it was, maybe it was just something that I needed, and then at a certain point I stopped. But I would encourage anybody who keeps a journal, even if you write one page a year, who cares? It's your history documented, right? Um, let's see what you're saying. I felt so bad for her. Yeah. She still has the memories. It's very unfortunate though that he destroyed her journals. Uh, awful. Something else that I do that I really like, but I haven't been doing it for the past couple of years. It's called the Smash Journal, where, like, let's say you go to a concert or you print something out or you get something from a restaurant or whatever. Um, you basically take those items, you glue them in. It's almost like not decoupage, but it's like a little bit of it's called a smash journal. You can find them on YouTube. Just Google it or just search it, and you'll see people doing all different kinds. Some people write every day. Some people just do them for the holidays, things like that. Just keep the memories. It's very sad and humiliating. Okay, because the bruises heal, all of those things heal. It's the humiliation, and I don't even care if it's the humiliation from the public. I could just imagine just knowing that someone who you loved, someone who you trusted, someone who you were very intimate with, and I'm not just talking about sex, just the intimacies of even someone being in your home, knowing how to get in your home, having a baby, all of these things could betray you in such a way that he is just using you as a punching, like he's an awful person. I'm sad for her, but she is going to be okay. You know what I mean? Thank God she's going to be okay. And that's what we have to hold on to and send her a lot of positive thoughts. You know what I mean? Darius needs to get some help quickly, some therapy, and he needs to, check himself. That's it. That's it. That's all. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let y'all go. I hope that you guys have a wonderful weekend. We'll be back. We'll be talking about some Shernesto. But there's, of course, other topics to talk about. There's so much going on in this world, not all of it wonderful, not all of it good. But, so many interesting things to talk about. Anyway, guys, I'll be back at a later. I'm not sure when. But sometime this weekend, either later tonight or tomorrow. Again, make sure if you're new here, subscribe, hit your notifications to all so that every time I go live, post a video, you'll be notified. And I will see you next time. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this lunchtime break. I'll see you guys next time. Okay. Bye.